Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and another episode here on Witcombe Park Farm. Welcome to a rainy Witcombe Park Farm. It is October 1. We needed to get some jobs done. We are going to be starting to get pretty busy here. We have to get the field grass drilled into our fields that we are planning on putting into like new silage ground or hay ground or whatever you want to call it. So we need to do that by the end of the month. So that means that we're going to be plowing. We needed to get these tram lines busted up. So that's why we were out here braving the rain. Figured it wasn't overly damaging to our fields to just come out here and do this. Yes, it might cause a little bit more compaction, but it is what it is. Gotta use the time that we have, and this was probably the best job for a little bit of rain. So that job is finito. I did want to check in with you guys. So we got this one all cut and everything, as we saw the last episode. The header is still in the field. I feel like it's just kind of a meme at this point. Tomorrow there is more rain coming, so we are gonna need to plow at some point too. So we're gonna just try to plan that around the rain. We're going to need to get the drill calibrated a little bit for the grass. So those are kind of our big jobs. Oh, and then we also need to finish cutting and baling this other field, which it looks like October 3 is going to be our best bet for that. I'm just going to pull this into the shed. And we'll unhook this in the morning. I don't want to be standing outside getting all wet. Looks like that's kind of what we did with the baler too. So, that's kind of the plan for this episode. October is plowing, drilling in grass seed, and finishing up our final cutting of the year. We're back here getting the plow hooked up, and we tested the moisture on the field. It's about 38% right now. Again, I would like to get that into hay. So we have a pretty clear day the rest of the day. I don't think there's any rain coming at all. So we are going to be letting it dry naturally. It looks like we're going to have a high of 73. Will be good. How do we want to go about this? We want to get some steering assist going. We are going to do 6 headlands. We want to be on about 175. Maybe we'll go 5 headlands. Yeah. I am just going to start right here. This seems like a good spot to start. Yes, I want to be on the left side. Yeah, okay. We're going to do that. So yeah, we're going to let that ground dry naturally. Oh man, this thing pulls this plow like butter. Is easy going compared to what we were rocking with the New Holland. That thing would struggle. 250 horse on a 5-furrow plow is nice. And the birds have found us. I'm looking forward to switching these fields up, just to get a little bit of a change going. We're not in the same fields all the time doing the same stuff. Be quite nice. What was that line up there? Oh, so we need to make sure that we're in the inside. Right? Just trying to figure out my GPS quick. Did I have that messed up then? I may have had that messed up. That's alright. So for now, I'm just gonna freehand this, and then the next pass down will fix it. Really, you don't even need to do GPS when you're plowing. Well, I say that. I've done plenty of plowing on here without GPS, and it looks pretty horrific sometimes. So definitely good to have GPS. I lie. Would much rather have it than not. There we go. So we're gonna do that line. That should keep us in the furrow. Really don't need much more than 5 furrows right now anyway, but the fact that this at least pulls it so much better is just fantastic. I will take that all day long. I might look into figuring out some sort of rock picker. Honestly, I'm just taking the loss with the rocks right now. But it might behoove me to get these rocks out, especially with this being a grass field. It'd probably be a good idea to try to get those. See, so then I don't want to be there. I want to be on this side. I don't know why I'm struggling to figure this out so much. But yeah, it probably would be a pretty good idea for us to get these rocks out. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Well, maybe we'll call around, see if we can rent something, or yeah, we don't really have the funds to buy a picker at the moment. Usually, see, there we go. I want that line. Why can't I get on that line on the other side? That's the line. We want to be able to be on the inside line on the next one, so we'll have to see if that works this time. I do love that field goals mod though, that is pretty sweet. So many good mods with FS25 this year, man. All these script mods, just so good. Making the game... I mean, this is the best FS. By far. Hands down, the best FS that's ever been made. All due to the modders. The amount of options we have to make a save feel more realistic, or just make it play the way you want to make it play, is hands down the best selection we've ever had. Alright, just finished up our first, our first, what am I even talking about? Our, up and down passes. That's not up and down. Sideways passes. Straight passes? I don't know. Middle of the field passes? Whatever you want to call them. Now we're going to work these headlands a little bit. We'll do this one. We will do this one, and then we'll do that side. That side really doesn't need anything. I mean, it does a little bit, but we pretty much did everything on that one. It is 12:30 now. I don't actually know how long this has taken in game. It's taken a little bit. IRL time. But that's to be expected. And we're plowing with the moldboard plow, and that's okay. It's kind of it's a nice job. I like doing it, and we don't do it all the time, so I do enjoy it. I think if we weren't going to be, although I say that, I was going to say if we weren't going to be replanting grass, then we wouldn't have done any plowing, but I am a complete liar there. It just feels like that episode where we plowed those was so long ago. But really, it was just still in this same year. This year has definitely felt like a longer one. Just been doing a lot, it feels like. And this isn't my only save right now. When we first started this series, this was kind of my only save that I was doing. You know what, we're gonna kind of back in here and try and get this. Or no, that's just deco grass, so we don't really have to plow that in. I forget that's not actually like real field grass. We're gonna have to create a field here. That's why it's kind of acting funky. That is why it is funky. There's not a furrow. Alright, let me get on that. Here we go, that's the one we want. There we go. Maybe? Is that the one we wanted? I don't know. That is not, I did not want that to happen, but that's alright. We can always go in and paint that in, at least, with some grass or something. Yeah, I didn't want to be on this. On this one. Now we're just wasting time. Nothing like wasting time when you don't have any time to waste. Also, I want to get in here behind the barn where the ramp is to the slurry pit and mow that in, or at least mulch it in with the mulcher. Maybe get a little path going in there so we can get back there a little bit easier when we need to bust up the crust in the old slurry pit. We don't have any GPS anymore for this. I think this will be our last pass down this side. I don't really want to get any closer to the fence with the actual planted grass. She's bogging down a little bit though, isn't she, when she's just driving? We're going straight up the hill. That's why we go side to side, folks. It's hard on these machines to go straight up these hills. Oh yeah, see, we got the dadgum engine thingy. You know what I mean? The dadgum engine thingy? I think you know what I mean. We're gonna have to look into that if that doesn't go away. Cut across here. No. I think we done broke something. That warning light is not going away. That's a no good. It's a no good. You know, I said we were gonna do the bottom one. But I'm a liar. Plans change. Just didn't work out that way, so we're gonna do this one, and then we'll do the bottom side. Oh, phew! It did go away. Thank goodness. We don't have a whole lot of money, so I don't want to be spending money on tractors. We need to buy fields and things. We need to buy fun stuff. Forget that that's a curved thing, so we're gonna have to straighten that out on our next pass. But anywho, I don't have anything else to jabber about, so I will catch you guys when on the next job, whatever that may be. Likely it's gonna be cutting or mowing. I think we're gonna try to mow. We're going to take a look at the forecast again, and we will do our best at getting that mowing done. Because it needs to get done. As long as there's not rain, it can kind of start to dry out. Maybe we'll even give it a little bit of a head start by hitting the tedder over it right away after we get done mowing, and then maybe, hopefully by tomorrow morning, we could maybe just hit the tedder on it one more time, and we should be good. Alright, we're in the field. About 2 o'clock on October 2. We look at the forecast after we get done saving. And after I get done turning now. It should be clear. Because the last time that I looked, it was clear. And that wasn't too long ago. So fingers crossed, it's still that way. Let's see. Clear. Good deal. And then even October 3 at the moment is clear as well. So our plan to get this into hay is hopefully going to be successful. We do need the hay. We're desperate for hay. Got 3 hay bales left. Like I said, if we need to sell some silage, we can, but we don't want to. I mean, we might have to over the winter, but like I don't want to have to do it this early. I want to just be able to make my own, get us through for a little bit. So that's my check-in. That's my update for now. The sheep did move to this pasture, by the way, at the beginning of this month. Now we don't really update you a whole lot on the sheep. They're just kind of there. I think my seasonal wool mod is bugged because we haven't gotten wool at all year long. So I might have to take that out. I know that it was updated to work with realistic livestock, but there's something going on that it is not creating any wool at all. I need my wool, or else I'm just going to sell them off, because they're not going to make me any money, and there's no point in having them. And selling them for just meat or whatever at the livestock market isn't that great of a value either, so we need that wool. Good morning. Welcome to October 3. I was going to say August. October 3 here. As you can see, we got the drill on the case. And we are going to start drilling some meadow grass in this field here, because this will be our pasture ground for our cows in the coming year, at least one of them. Hopefully it'll be enough for our, what, 26 milking cows. It may not be for the whole year. I might have to rotate them somehow, or just not let them out on pasture for a bit, I guess, to let it regrow. Who knows? We'll figure it out as we go. As you see, we do not have GPS on this yet. It's about 14 grand to get installed, so we're going to be manually planting this field grass, or this meadow grass. Okay. We got the roller. Got that. I guess we will put the marker down. I don't know how well we'll be able to see that in the plowed ground, but that's alright. We are down under 8,000 in cash for now. We're just holding on at the moment. Do still need to figure out the issue with the sheep. So I'd definitely like to be able to have some money from that. Front roller going down. That going down. If we hop in cat, yeah, you can't really even see the marker anyway. Good thing it's a pretty visual difference when it's between the ground that is planted, because of the power harrow and stuff that we got making the ground nice and smooth for us. The pH levels on this field are fantastic, so we don't need to spread any of that. There's one thing that I kind of forgot about with the field that we plowed in yesterday. I really wanted to get some lime spread on that before we plowed it in. I completely forgot about it. Oh, that's not the one. We need to lift that up. We're just going to follow through here. The birds are out early this morning to find their breakfast. And there we go. So, we're trying to get out early to get this done because we, again, want to try to get the hay off. It was only down to 31% last night when we checked it after tedding it once. So hopefully it's down a little bit more. I haven't even checked, but I think we're gonna call Tom, see what he's up to, see if he can come down here and run the tedder on it. We get stuck on the fence? Yeah, we did get stuck on the fence. That is gonna be fun to figure out, so I guess we're gonna figure that out. What is happening? We got that hung up pretty good on that fence. Alright. We have got the field drilled with grass. Now we're kind of taking over for Tom here. Just wanted to get a final few little bits dried up, maybe. We're doing all we can to get this dry. He's been out here running over this field maybe 3 times so far today. Just keeping at it until the stuff is dried up, because it needed a long way to go to actually become hay. A little spot here that I think we need to get, and we'll be all set. I think we should be good. We should be able to hold that up, get that unhooked, and get the rake on. We want to check this. So I adjusted I added the updated animal waste mod. I set it to ×5. So we have 328 kg of straw. I just want to make sure to look at that again when it turns noon. It's supposed to take effect every hour. Or it was supposed to change on the hour, so we'll see what happens there. Wow, it's kind of in the way. But yes, we did, like I said, we did get the field drilled in grass, so that's good. We need to get some wheat drilled at some point as well. Luckily, we can do that next month if we need to, which we might need to, because we need to focus on getting this grass in. Well, this grass off, and then we need to plow this. Well, I guess we don't. We need to drill this field now in grass. But it's a different kind of grass, because we're doing the actual, like, field grass in that one. Alright, so there goes Tom. He's gonna rake that up. We need to run back over to the drill now, since he's had his lunch while we were heading that one up. And we need to drill this with field grass now. So that starts growing before it gets too cold. So lots to do yet today. In true SimStation fashion. We've completely changed our plan in the last minute. We were gonna go plant that field right there, but I decided maybe I want to have that one in arable for a few years, just to even switch it up even more. So, 'cause that one's been in wheat, oat, barley for the 3 years that we've been on the farm. So I feel like it could take a break. Or no, this one has been, sorry. That one's been in grass all the time, so I feel like that one could take a break from grass and be used as a arable field for a little bit. This one's been in wheat, oat, barley, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in that field. I'm not sure that I want to do another cereal crop in there, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I'm not gonna put grass in that one just because I don't feel like we need that much grass yet. Maybe someday that we could put that one into a grass field, but for now I think we'll do with what we have. But right now this field is actually our only field that's going to be that we have for the production of silage and hay, because we are going to end up fencing that one in. That is going to be pasture, like we've talked about already. We're going to have to spend some money on fencing as well, unfortunately, but the plan is that we are going to hopefully be able to purchase something new. Ideally, we can buy 2 fields, one for more arable crop and one for more silage. That is the hope, at least. But we'll just have to see what's on the market, to be honest with you. You really never know. We're going to start keeping an eye out for that kind of thing probably next month. I don't know what our crop is going to bring in for prices, because I can't really look at the, like, what is that mod? I don't even remember what that mod's name is called now. It's just such a regular mod to me. The one that shows you prices, like what it'll be at max price and stuff. How much it'll sell for once you sell it all off. So I can't see that because it's not in a silo. But don't actually have any idea what we will end up bringing in for both of those by the time they're sold. One sells best in November, so next month, and then the other one is December. I can't remember which one. I think the OSR is November and the barley is December. But yeah, we are drilling this field while Tom is raking. Hopefully by the time that he's done, we will be finished soon after. Then we're actually just going to take the drill right off and get the baler hooked right back up to this case. And we'll go baling, probably to finish off the day. Then I think in October 4, we will end up planting some wheat in that field that we have yet to bale. We're in the hay field and we are making hay bales. Took a while to get to the grass, or get the grass to this point, but we have done it. And it is well worth it getting some hay in. I don't think that we were going to enjoy having to buy in so much hay. So this will be very good. It's a bit spotty. You can see in some of the windrows that when we tried to rake it together, there was still some wet grass in there that kind of made the windrows look a little funky. many bales do we got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, obviously not that many, but it is what it is. We'll take what we can get. Tedding greatly reduces the amount, like the volume of what you get off the field, it seems. Which kind of makes sense, right? When it's lighter and drier, you're probably going to need more of it to create a bale. I'm just hopeful that next year things go a bit smoother and more to plan. Spring we can get our silage, summer we can get our hay, you know, kind of like we planned this year. That never worked out to plan. So we're gonna finish up here. Tomorrow is going to be plowing in this field. I am going to get these bales off right after we get done here, so that first thing in the morning after we get done feeding the cows, we can get in here and get this field plowed so we can get it in to a crop, which will likely be wheat. We'll have this field and the other grass field and wheat together. So I will see you in October 4. We are rocking and rolling today, October 4, in the field behind the shop. I completely forgot to put lime on, so we are doing that now. Hopefully it incorporates with the drill, since we do have like a power harrow on the drill. It should be able to incorporate a little bit better into the soil when we do that. But usually I like to do it before we plow, but I completely forgot, and I completely forgot with that field too. So Tom is just finishing up there. He was on the plow early this morning, pretty much right away. I usually start at 6:30. I think he got here at 7. So he is rocking and rolling on that. I think that I'm probably just going to... What am I going to do? I parked it over there because I was going to start on that field. Then I changed my mind because Tom was still going. We're just going to drive over there. We'll just meet the loader. Oh. Is Tom stuck? Or is he done? I think he's done. I got the unload big bags mod in now, which is cool. I like that one. Made a trip up to the store. Get some lime. These big LSFM bags, though, are a little bit tricky with my forks, because they are just that little bit bigger. So they are a tiny bit tricky to get in. I almost have to lift one up and set it down. Try to get back in there. There we go. Those are... We might not use those ones again. Might just have to go base game. That should fill the spreader up. And you can see that puppy sinking down as it loads up. This lime is not light. We gotta be a little careful with how much we load this spreader. Need to make this part of the video quick, because we're already running a pretty long video here. I did just want to check in quickly with you guys, let you guys know what we were doing this morning. Need to get this stuff done quick because we have to drill both of these fields as well by the end of the month, because today is actually our last opportunity to even get any crops planted, any summer crops planted. Going against the flow here is not working out too well for us. Alright, and as you can see, we got the drill on. We're planting our wheat. It is 4:17 in the afternoon right now. And it's already starting to get a little bit dark this time of year. It gets dark a little earlier, doesn't it? So I wanted to pop in while we have some daylight and kind of update you guys on how we're doing. We got the headlands all in on all these. They're on all sides of the field. So we are just making our sideways passes as we do with this field. Like to do the sideways stuff because it is a little bit steeper. And we are going to end the video as well here. Went in to actually edit this video before even recording this, so I had to record the last clip of the video to finish the recording. I just wasn't sure how long it would be. It felt like it was a lot of material, but really it should only end up being like 35 minutes or so. So not too bad. But yeah, we're going to be going into the night. There is rain coming for like an hour. Shouldn't be anything too heavy, so we should be able to just kind of keep going. At least I'm hoping. Like I said, this has to be done by the end of the day in order for us to actually have these fields in wheat. We got the wheat seed, so we got to use it. That means we're going to be going as late as we possibly can in order to get this done. I don't have any doubts that we won't be able to make it, because it's really only 4:30 right now, so we have plenty of time ahead of us. Definitely one of the things that we will be doing in the off-season, or the winter, is getting a GPS terminal installed on this case. So we can use a little bit of GPS when planting and doing any job really. So that's going to be in the books, as well as hopefully buying a few fields. So thank you guys for joining me for October. A lot that went on, but I feel like we did good getting it all in. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, thank you to the YouTube channel members. You guys are the best out there. Your support means everything to me. And make sure to hit the like button on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Witcombe Park Farm content. And we will catch you in the next one.